Morning everybody. Thought I'd show you my breakfast at the moment. It is ever changing, but this is the current edition. Number one is I put my egg whites on the scale and then I pour them out because I like to live dangerously and just like have the guess of like how much I'm taking out. So that's 200. So I'm going for 300 egg whites. And then I go for one egg. And one thing I do with these eggs is I find the most expensive egg that I can find because I have one a day. And all they have is organic ones. The food choice here in Canada is not super great, by the way. It's not quite like the US if you thought it was. So one egg for a little bit of fat, it's nothing crazy. And then for my carbs, I just use Wonder Bread. You know what, there's something to be said for just like preference in a meal. Like, what do you like to eat? I like omelette and eggs and toast, and that's just how I am. So I'm gonna put those in the toaster. We're gonna wait for those to go. And one thing I will have, I've already eaten actually because my stomach was killing me, but just an apple for some fruit. And what I will do is I'll throw some salad on this plate as well. So a bit of fruit, bit of salad, 300 grams of egg whites, one whole egg, and 3 slices of Wonder Bread. That is my magical breakfast at the moment. One more thing I think I could say while I'm unloading the dishwasher, hopefully it's not too loud. I woke up today at like 5:30. I've just obviously just put Tren in. Tren is one of those ones that just like goes straight to the brain and stimulates it. So you might find that when you do introduce Tren, anything that's pretty stimulating, like the sleep just gets a little bit more intermittent. And the last 3 or 4 nights I woke up like 5 or 6. And my first meal isn't until like 9:30, 10. So waiting that time is just so difficult. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna try and go to bed an hour and a half later, maybe just before midnight, and try and sleep through till 8. Yeah, Loki's behind the camera, like never see that before in his life. Because I just don't wanna wake up at 5. Like I go to bed at 10, I wake up at 5, or say I wake up at 6, that's 8 hours. My body just has 8 hours. So if I can take the same 8 hours, but do it like 11 or like half 11, wake up at 7:30. That's my plan. I'll let you know how it goes in the next vlog. So I'm past the point of presentation and awful functionality. I'm just gonna eat enough salad out of here to warrant what I'm supposed to eat out of this, about 50 grams or so. This is the reality of every morning. It's not super tasty. Just kind of fills the void. To be fair, it is pretty tasty when you've got a taste bud like this. This is what I use at the moment. This is the Flavor Gang sauce, the Flavor Don sauce, sriracha maple. It is one of the nicest things I've ever tried in my life. I wonder what they would like in all season, but this is literally 2 calories per 15 mil. So this is what I've been using. It's like a very sweet chili vibe. I've been having this on my breakfast. So that is meal 1. And this is pretty much when you guys want to imagine me eating at about 9:30 in the morning. This is what you can imagine me eating. Looks absolutely terrible. But hey, I'm hungry. All right guys, we're gonna take you through a push session, but before that, a few days after this video goes live, our new adjustable cuffs go live. So you can see here, these are fully adjustable to any size wrist. Hopefully your wrist isn't that small, but if you need it to be, it can be. And it's like an easy slide in, slide out mechanism. This is what I'm doing my first set and I'm using these. These are like an alternative to our cuffs that just fit everyone. The cuffs are still incredible. They still feel amazing, but these are just for those who want that real tight on the wrist or real tight on the elbow. I prefer these for lateral raises over everything, but we've wanted to make an adjustable cuff for so long. We've done it now. So we're gonna get into this workout. First up, single arm lateral raises. I'm gonna get warmed up and I'll talk you through it. If you don't do a single arm, you don't have to, but if you've got weaknesses or you feel imbalanced, the single arms work. So literally just put myself inside the cuff. Sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? Slide it up super easily, so it's nice and tight on the wrist. The flattest part against the side. This is my anchor point, right? This is to create stability. Tension's all the way across here. I'm gonna take that tension, hold my feet as the anchor point, hold my hand against here. There's so much stability here. Letting that come all the way across. I'm gonna come lead with that elbow from the biggest range of motion like the lateral head can do. And you can do this with any of our cuffs. I need to try a different exercise real quick. I'm just taking my time to warm up. I've been doing the flex incline recently, and just for whatever reason, just aggravating that pec that I've always had an issue with. 2024 is the year of, or the second half of 2024 is the second half of the year that I'm going to listen to my issues and respond to them, rather than just fight through them. I usually feel a bit of pain, I just carry on. This time now I'm going to adjust, so I've moved on to this machine, much better for my pec. Did like 5 plates since last time, so we'll build up to that and then try beat it. I think day 4 of Tren, day 5 of Tren. Anyone who knows the feeling of Tren, feel that so much. We'll talk about all the drugs obviously a little bit later on, but damn, it's one of those ones where you put some weight on my hands, I'm gonna move it forward. Feels like that today. No matter what the weight is. It's about 20 kilos up a side. Let's go. Shit. Well, this is the importance of logbooking right now. Doing what I did last week and trying to recreate it as much as possible. I think that's right. Maybe not. So lateral raises, then incline, like a big incline press for me. Always, I'm pretty much 9% of guys anyway. Always trying to fill in the upper chest. So on this second push day, which is what this is, it's more shoulder oriented, but I want some chest volume in there. Just push that towards the upper chest as well. And then we're going into straight into like crossover cable cuff crossovers. So you're also going to see me right here. I'm going to start in this same position. I'm going to let my hands fall outwards. I'm going to let them come forward. I'm going to let them just fall where they naturally fall, which is going to be out here. So that is going to be my movement, locked in. Extend through those triceps, give them a full range of motion, contract hard at the bottom. So just trying to figure out more of a neutral grip press here, where I'm working a bit of the lower pec, but a bit more of the tricep as well, because I'm not really putting loads of chest volume in. This one works really well. I got abs. Alright guys, so this is 112.2. I'm still like 6-7 kilos off the cap, so I've got a lot of body weight to lose, but you can already see got some grayness coming through the chest, shoulders. We'll do a few poses just so you guys can have a look. Hope the lighting's all right. Back is still that chunky motherfucker, but it's getting a bit better. Just day by day, taking it as close as I can go. And yeah, just starting to feel things come alive, I guess. One of those physiques that definitely like pops as I get leaner, so that's it, physique update done. So the juicy bit, the one that probably most of you came for, let's face it. So I'm gonna talk you through my cycle. It's really important to know that none of this is advice, this is just kind of what I've done over the years. And when it hits November, I think it'll be about 6 years, or maybe 5. It's 5 or 6 years that I've been using anabolic steroids. It's taking me that time to get there. All right. Yeah, you might not think I've been using it for that long, if you don't think, but I have. So it's taken me a long time to get here, and these doses are now real. These are the doses people told me I was on like 2 years ago, but these are the real doses now. So we'll go through it. It's actually less than I've ever used on a prep, and the idea is the goal is not muscle building, it's muscle retention. You need a lot less for muscle retention. So testosterone's always my base. So at the moment I'm using 50 milligrams a day, which is 350 milligrams a week, and then I'm using 175 milligrams of Mastron a day. Works out about 1,300 milligrams of Mastron, maybe 1,300 milligrams. Those are like my two bases. Those are at the peak. They're not going to change. I pretty much got there after about 3 weeks. I started my testosterone at 350 and I just tapered up my Mastron kind of week in, week out, pretty quickly over 4 weeks to that peak. I literally just recently introduced Tren, so just 20 milligrams a day just for some muscle retention. So that is like an extra 140 milligrams onto that total. Tren being very tissue selective, you should start to notice a pretty quick like cosmetic effect with that. Maybe the last video, hopefully you can see I'm a little bit leaner. That's literally just been this week that I've been using it. So cosmetic effect happens quick, physical effect happens quick using an acetate. So you can feel that strength increase pretty quick. So my performance has been real good this week. Those are my 3 injectables. At the moment I use T3 and T4, I use that from day 1. Normally, or in the past, what I've done is, so this is where your like natural thyroid is. This is like really, really low. As you go through a cut, it's gonna naturally come like this. Instead of like getting to like here and then replacing, I'm just replacing from the start. So there is just no, there's no leeway, there's no time without thyroid hormone at a perfect place. And that's just replacement therapy. So 25, 140, T3, T4. I'm not using any Clen, I'm not using anything else, just growth hormone and L-carnitine. So I use those in the morning and also pre-bed. I use 6 IUs of GH and I use 250 milligrams of L-carnitine. It's like a little fat loss stack in the morning. And that's pretty much it. Like, it's super simple. I will probably taper on an oral at some point, but I've been in preps where I've had like all of this stuff and more. So I'm intrigued to see how it finally goes in. No Clen right now has been very good for my sleep. I'm still, it's like 6-7 weeks in, 22 pounds down. I'm still sleeping really good. So I'm enjoying that aspect of things, and a little bit less total drugs, a little bit less stimulants. I'm not drinking as much caffeine. It's making the world of difference from just like the smooth process. I still got a lot of time still, so we're still like 10 weeks out, so we still got a lot of time, guys. So we'll leave the drug segment here and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Back in the hot seat to wrap this video up. Today is Tuesday. You'll probably see this like Wednesday, I imagine. So the 18th of June. As of this morning, I was like 112. I've been 111.2-ish. Just for whatever reason, I've been having a few sweeteners, I'll be honest. And I think they've been hurting my stomach and they've been making me hold a bit of water and just not be able to pass as easily in the morning, I think. So gonna remove those a little bit, but I think last week I was about 113. So on average, I'm down a kilo. Like, and this is the importance of tracking those daily weights, is you'll see an average. And the 112 that was today doesn't really fall in line with the last like 4 days of weigh-ins. So if I look at this on its own, oh shit, I'm getting fat. But if we look at this across like the last like 4 or 5 weigh-ins, extrapolate that out, we can see like on average I'm losing. So this is probably just like an anomaly. It's just one of those ones. Nothing else has changed. Literally, the only thing that I did last week was add 2,000 steps in. So I'm at 12K steps now, which is a ball ache. I hate walking around so much. Pre and post workout, but you got to do what you got to do to get shredded. Food is in the same place, 3,200 calories on training days, 2,600 non-training days. I feel those non-training days now that we're trying to suck down. I personally feel really flat today. I don't think you've got any footage from today, but I felt really flat today. So I do think I'm due some food. You got to think of losing body fat as running the tank empty, scrape the barrel for a bit, which means taking some body fat off, refuel, go again. I can feel that. I'm feeling very small, very flat. Training for the first time in the last 6.5 weeks was very difficult today. I mean, like, couldn't get some progressions. I progressed on everything up until now. So that's it. We'll keep you updated as we go through. In fact, we'll show you some pictures just to wrap this up. So we'll do like 4 or 5 weeks ago on whatever side it's on right now, and then like the latest check-ins now. So there's a big difference, right? That's just in 5 weeks. I've got 10 weeks left. So if I can do the same again and then the same again, this should be it should be peeled. Should be to the nutsack peeled. Might be quite small, but it'll be peeled. We'll see. Not that that's gonna win a show, but I do want to just be peeled. For myself. So we look forward to it. I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. We have some other content dropping in between these videos. If you haven't seen those already, go back on the channel and check them out. But for now, the time is now. Episode done.